What's up, guys? All right, so today we're after blackbuck antelope. Blackbuck antelope are such a cool animal, one of my favorites. And they're native to India, and these guys are lightning fast. They're used to being hunted by tigers. So these guys are on high alert all the time. They can run up to speeds of 50 miles an hour, and that's sustained speed, that's not short bursts. Lightning fast, but their eyesight is what's most incredible. They can see forever, and so they can pick off movement like that. And blackbuck antelope were introduced into the United States in 1932, so they've got a good, strong, established population here. And they only weigh about 80 pounds, but it's going to be a real challenge with a bow. As you can see today, it's nice and windy, which makes it an advantage for spotting and stalking. You can get away with a little bit more movement, and it's going to be a challenge either way, but we're going to try to spot and stalk up on some blackbuck. We know where they've been hanging out, and so we're going to try to see if we can find them first, and then depending on where they're at, try to put a game plan together to get up on them and get within bow range. Let's do it. So one little trick I like to do is I put this piece of yarn on my bow. As you can see, the wind's blowing straight from that field towards us. It's perfect. These blackbuck could be anywhere. They like to stay out in the open for the most part. Again, relying on that eyesight so they can see predators like me coming from a long ways away. But we're just working our way through this swamp right here and hitting all the different fields. I think I see him in this next field. All right, so this field starts about 40 yards up, 50 yards up. They look like they're about 80 yards into the field. So what's going to be really tricky is trying to get to them from where we're at now. I'm going to try to use this thick brush in between us and just stay in the thick stuff. Really take my time getting to the edge of this field. It's going to be tricky. We're using the sagebrush right here to kind of block their view of us. They're still about 130 yards out. So I got 133 yards. It's the closest I got. They were on us. They were on us quick. It's not enough cover. Not the right scenario. Wind is good. But, I mean, any little bit of movement, you just can't. You can't do it. Well, we know that going into it, that it was going to be an extremely challenging hunt, and I just don't see any way where we're going to spot and stalk these guys. Like, we'd have to see them coming and already get set up without moving. They sense any movement at all. It's like trying to spot and stalk a turkey. It's just not going to happen unless he's distracted or you've got decoys or something that cover you up. But they see movement. They probably have better eyesight than a turkey, if I had to guess. It's incredible. We've seen them at like 1,000 yards and they throw their heads up just from us, being that far away. All right, so I've been thinking about it, and we've got this little spot I call the pocket, and it's an awesome staging area. It's like open all to my right and to my left. It's real thick, and there's a few little trails that lead straight into that. They pass right through it, and there's a ground blind that's basically tucked into some stumps. It's really well hidden, and so I think I'm going to try to sit the pocket, try to sit that ground blind and see if maybe some blackbuck come through. There's a lot of deer that come through there, but the blackbuck come through there as well, so it's really just going to be right place, right time. So let's give that a try and see what happens. First blackbuck antelope ever. First blackbuck of my life. Not only that, I'm with the big nasty.
Big nasty right here. Oh boy.
This guy taught me how to hunt. I was hunting with him. I tracked my first deer, I think when I was about 2 months old. And here we are, 30-something years later, still hunting together. And beautiful blackbuck antelope, man. He came and he was rubbing on these pine trees, just tearing that pine tree apart, and we couldn't move. Their eyesight is so incredible. You just can't move a muscle. I waited for him to step and make that perfect broadside. Drew back, super slow. I mean, and then that was a pocket rocket. And he went. I never saw him go down. He went. As far as I could see out of sight. So we're gonna give him a little bit of time, and that's gonna be some good meat. But he's beautiful, wide, beautiful horns. Just a beautiful animal. Thank you, Lord.
Yep. Thank you, Lord. What a great night to be hunting.
I can't make this up, man. Those Grim Reapers. That is a chunk of lung right there, laying on the ground.
Wow.
There's my arrow, absolutely covered in blood. And that's what ate him up right there. Those are the 1 3/4 Grim Reapers. I use these for whitetail and even smaller hogs. Anything whitetail or smaller, I use those for. And man, it is the real deal. They're the real deal. I'll never switch. There it is. Cool animal. Golly, look at that entrance. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the damage that thing did. I mean, just incredible. With bow and arrow, look at that blackbuck. Oh. Beautiful, man. He was tearing up those pine trees. Nice wide horns. He's wider than most blackbucks I've seen. Black tips. He's got those beautiful knobs on his horns. Incredible animal. They're not big. They only weigh about 80 pounds, but they're lightning fast. Man, when I hit him, it was like grease lightning. He was out of there. I mean, a tiger is an incredible hunter, so these guys rely on their eyesight. And so, being in a ground blight in close proximity like that, you can't move. You just can't move. They're gonna pick you up. Those big eyes on the side, making spot movement. Beautiful buck. All right, we've got this black buck that's been aging for about 5 days. Completely perfect. He's been aging about 38 degrees, which is perfect. And he's looking absolutely phenomenal. I'm gonna go ahead and break this down, get it into a cooler so we can process it and freeze it. But we're after one of these hams for tonight. That's what we're gonna be cooking with. Here's that ham for tonight. I'm gonna leave that hoof on there. Just makes it look a little more primal. All right, so we got this blackbuck ham here, and nice little ham, perfect little size for a party of 4, which we have tonight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just go ahead and throw it right on that fire. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna baste it. This is just kind of a secret marinade. Got a little of this, a little of that in it. Basically a wine reduction with a little bit of extra. But we're gonna just mop this side. And then we're gonna throw a little bit of Montreal steak seasoning. That's our go-to. I mean, you can't fix perfect. That fire is blazing hot. So all we're trying to do is just get a sear on one side. So really just about 30-45 seconds on one side. All right, and that's perfect. That's what we're looking for right there. That piece right there is gonna be good. Who's ready? Look at that.
That one.
You
Yeah,
know
I'll
what?
take that one, please. Oh, no, you eat it. You eat it, yeah.
Wow. Incredible, guys. Absolutely incredible. And every piece has the right amount of flavor. You know how like you marinate something or mop something while it's on the grill, and then just like that top part, the crust has the flavor.
Yeah.
With this, every bite has flavor. That's so good. So you gotta, the cook's gotta be on top of it. Yes. Slop that sauce on there. Inhale a good lungful of smoke. A little Montreal. A lot of Montreal. That's the secret. That Montreal's got a good amount of salt in it. It's just perfectly seasoned. Flip and repeat. Right off the flame. That's still steaming hot. Is that good? That is good. Good right there.
Is it good?
It is good.
Really is. It's like, there's a couple of good steaks out there that I would compare it to, like a ribeye or a filet.
It does taste like a really good steak.
It's really
Excellent flavor. Every piece is like the best steak I've ever had.
It is. It's really good.
Try that right there. Forget the bread.
Yeah.
Every piece is seriously perfect. Really appreciate you guys joining us on the hunt and just being a part of our lives. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Love hearing from you guys. We read every single comment. If you want to follow us on more of like a day-to-day basis, check us out on Instagram. But again, thanks for joining us, and until next time, stay wild.